Hi everyone, today we are going to solve quadratics using the quadratic formula. What is nice about this formula is it will solve any quadratic that you have, okay, regardless of its form, whether it's difference of squares, a coefficient of 1, or a coefficient greater than 1, okay? Not every quadratic has been factorable before, okay? But now we can actually solve them using this formula. So you can see right here to the right, this is the quadratic formula. X is equal to opposite of b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a. The a, b's, and c's come from the coefficients in the terms of your quadratic formula, okay? So our goal here for our steps is to move all terms to the left side, identify the a, the b, and the c, plug it in, and simplify it, okay? If the square root's not a perfect square, then you just stop right there, okay? So this is the problem we're going to deal with, okay? So I wrote the formula up at the top, okay? And we have x squared minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So what we want to do is solve this with our quadratic formula, okay? All the terms are on the left. And now what we want to do is identify a, b, and c. So remember, out in front of this x is a 1. So our a is 1. Our b is -3. And our c is +2 here. Okay. The piece that I'm going to focus on first is this b squared minus 4ac. So I'm going to solve that first and get a value. B is -3, so this is -3 quantity squared. You need to make sure you put your parentheses. Our A is 1, and our C is 2. Okay, at this point, you could go straight into a calculator to figure that out. Remember that you guys will be using the Desmos calculator. Okay, so 9 minus 8 gives me 1. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down, 9 minus 8, and I get 1. But you guys could just put this right in a calculator and get 1. Okay, now I'm going to plug everything into the rest. So x is equal to opposite of b. The negative stays, and then I substitute b here. Plus or minus the square root of, and this is the number that gets plugged in. Okay, so this one is this one down here that we just found, all divided by 2 times a, which is 1. So I'm just plugging into the formula. Opposite of -3 is +3. Square root of 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so this gives me two solutions. I have x is equal to 3 plus 1 divided by 2, and x is equal to 3 minus 1 divided by 2. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. You always want to simplify. You would never give me 4 divided by 2. You would always simplify to a whole number. Okay? If it is not a whole number, then you leave it as a fraction. Okay? So if not a whole number, leave as a fraction. Okay. So sometimes they come out to be just regular old numbers, which means that it's factorable, okay? Or we could have those that do not work that way. So let's try a second one, Okay, so here we have to start out. Now notice this -7 is on the right. We want to move it to the left. So x squared plus 9x plus 7 is equal to 0. We will identify a, b, and c. A is still 1 in this example. B is +9. C is +7. Okay, just like before, I'm going to work with this b squared minus 4ac section first. So I have 9 squared minus 4 times 1 times 7. Okay, you guys can just go straight into your calculator. And this time, this is 53. Okay, so now I'm going to plug into my formula. Opposite of b, which is +9, plus or minus square root. This is our 53 we just found. And 2 times a, 2 times 1. So -9 plus or minus square root of 53 divided by 2. This square root of 53, okay, is not a perfect square, so we're going to leave it alone. Okay, later we'll get into simplifying out of that, but right now, if it's not a perfect square, just leave it alone. Okay, so this gives me -9 plus square root of 53 divided by 2 and -9 minus square root of 53 divided by 2. So those are my two answers, and I would not simplify them any further. I would just stop right there. So now we're going to work with an example where a is greater than 1. The same steps apply. It's just our a value now will have a number different than 1. So we want to bring our 5 over to the left. So we have, 2x squared minus x minus 5 is equal to 0. Our a is now 2, that's the leading coefficient. Our b is -1 because it's a -1x, and c is -5. So once again, I'm going to deal with this b squared minus 4ac first. So -1 quantity squared minus 4. My a is 2. C is -5. Okay, so 1 squared is 1. -4 times 2 times -5 is +40. So this is 41. Then we plug back into our original opposite of b. B was -1 plus or minus square root. And this is where our 41 comes back in. 2 times a, and a is 2 this time. So opposite of -1 is 1. Not a perfect square. We're going to leave the 41 alone. 2 times 2 is 4. So here we have 1 plus square root of 41 divided by 4, and 1 minus square root of 41 divided by 4. So it works the same. It's just your a value is a different number.